Recently, I put out a poll asking you guys if you've ever received a contract violation at the hands of a lying customer. The results? An alarming percentage of you have. Over 40% of you have reported getting a contract violation at the hands of a lying customer. I want to start out by saying, according to the numbers I use in this video, only 0.07% of my customers are scheming lying bastards. So while the vast majority of customers will not do this, if you do this work for long enough, eventually, you're going to run into a customer who lies and gets you a contract violation. What's going on, everybody? My name is Zach. I hope you are doing well. Before we get into the video, if you're new here, please do consider pressing that like and subscribe button. If you are kind enough to subscribe, let me know in the comments section below. Tell me your name and the market you drive in, and I'll be sure to thank you at the end of my next ride-along video. Now, I understand that nobody is immune from making mistakes. Having said that, when a driver gets a contract violation, I'm willing to bet that in the overwhelming majority of cases, it's due to customer fraud. All it takes is a couple of button presses on the customer app, they get a refund, and the driver gets a contract violation. If you were to do a quick search on YouTube with a term like how to get free DoorDash, you would be greeted with a slew of videos of people brazenly committing fraud. If you do choose to look this up, I ask that you do not click into any of these videos, not even to dislike them, as any engagement whatsoever helps that creator. Having said that, you should definitely press the like button on this video. Personally, I feel that the customer should be greeted with the same level of skepticism as the driver when they say that the order never arrived. I've delivered 791 DoorDash orders and 569 Uber Eats orders. I've also done several thousand on Grubhub, but because I don't have exact numbers, I won't be including them in this scenario. If you were to add up my DoorDash and Uber Eats deliveries, I've done 1,360. I've had one customer claim that they didn't get their order, and she was lying. So in the company's eyes, 1,359 times, I was accurate. In other words, 99.93% of the time, I find the right address. So why is it when it's the customer's word versus mine, my word means jack shit? I've proven myself to be accurate and trustworthy. So why the fuck are we guilty until proven innocent and served with contract violations rather than the customer being scrutinized? And that's the best case scenario. If you receive an account violation on Grubhub, you can't fight it, even if you can prove the customer was lying. There's something seriously fucked up with that. We get background checked yearly by each app that we drive for. Some of us make thousands of dollars a month doing this. Generally speaking, people who do this are not doing it for fun. It's their livelihood. Why would they risk that for one free meal? It doesn't add up. Having said that, the customer has nothing to lose by pulling a shot. So who's the biggest loser? Well, that would be us. The drivers. The drivers stand to lose the most because all it takes is 2 or 3 shitty customers in a relatively short period of time to cost you your account. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're done. If they tried to scam a bank like that, it would come with a prison sentence. Let's talk more about background checks. Initially, drivers are background checked by the various delivery services to make sure that they're putting honest, safe people out there. Furthermore, those background checks are rerun yearly to make sure we're still maintaining those standards. If we fail a background check, we're either not activated to begin with, or we're deactivated if we're already driving. Not to mention, it is almost impossible to appeal a failed background check. So what will cause you to fail a background check? A criminal record, and that includes fraud. If you're on certain lists, you know, the pervert one. If you're a shitty driver, for example, too many moving violations, reckless driving charges, or DUIs. They're all disqualifiers. That's it. You're out. So now that we're all on the same page that we're not the scammy fuckers, why would we put our livelihoods at risk for one free meal? For some of us, this is 100% of the income we earn. Others do this as a part-time side gig to make ends meet. Maybe we're trying to pay off a loan or mortgage or save for our children's education. Maybe a dream family vacation. Some of us might just be trying to earn drinking money for this Saturday night. The point is, most of us are not out there doing this for the hell of it. We have an end goal in mind, and to risk that for one free meal seems pretty improbable to me. But leave it to fucking King Kong Karen and Questionable Ken to put all that in jeopardy for us. So chances are, it's not us, it's the customer. After all, we've made it this far in life without catching any felonies, despite a world filled with toxic Kens and Karens. After all, the customer really doesn't have anything to lose. When was the last time you heard of a customer being prosecuted for lying and getting a free meal? Don't worry, I'll wait. So who does lose? Well, certainly the companies do. They lose money, and furthermore, these types of customers tell their low-life friends how to game the system as well. But it's the driver that stands to lose the most. We can get contract violations, or even worse, end up being deactivated. And if we are deactivated, we lose the ability to earn any money on that platform in the future. That's it. Game over. There are much higher standards for drivers than customers. All the customer needs is a smartphone, an internet connection, and an address. Sometimes not even a real address. Now, from previous research, I do know that Uber Eats and Grubhub will eventually ban scammy customers. But what I don't know is how many chances that customer gets. But more importantly, what about the drivers who earned themselves a bullshit contract violation at the hands of a lying customer? Or worse yet, deactivated due to customer fraud. It's not very likely that you're going to get reactivated and an apology letter from Tony Xu. I believe anything past one claim from a customer should not result in any further contract violations for the driver. First time, give them the refund. Second time, flag them and remove any contract violations that they've caused to drivers. Third time, ban their ass. We are all background checked. We have so much to lose in the sense that this job is income for us, and the customer doesn't have a damn thing to lose. Don't you think it would be fair to offer us as much grace as they offer the customers? To me, it seems that when the customer claims that they didn't get the order, they should be the ones under suspicion, not the driver. So I'm calling on DoorDash and Uber Eats to publish and enforce a customer fraud policy, a system where we can report customers. Furthermore, I'm calling on Grubhub to end their ridiculous account violation policy. And I'm not talking about some bullshit 3-line statement buried in the terms of service. I'm talking about an actual, viewable, enforceable policy that holds customers accountable. If you tweet something really fucked up, you could end up on the no-fly list. It should be no different with food delivery apps. If they catch a customer committing fraud, their fat lion ass should be put on a no-eat list, at least from the platforms. And they should be required to write an apology letter to the driver to avoid prosecution. I do want to make the point, like with anything in life, there's going to be a few bad apples, but a few is a long ways away from many. If DoorDash could weed out customer fraud, they might have it in their budget to bring back the promotions that they just bragged about slashing in their most recent earnings call. That would be a step in the right direction to boost driver morale. If you want to hear more about how I protected my Uber Eats account from my lying customer, check out this video. And if you would like more information on Grubhub's account violations, this is the video for you. Unfortunately, the way it is now, it's guilty until we can prove otherwise, regardless if we've done 10 deliveries or 10,000. I don't think it's right. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to check out one of my videos. If you haven't done so yet, please do consider pressing that like and subscribe button. If you are kind enough to subscribe, let me know in the comments section below. Tell me your name and the market you drive in, and I'll be sure to thank you at the end of my next ride-along video. My name is Zach. Take care.